So how does Google Jamboard work? There are many ways, but for the sake of time, I will only show you just a few ways that you can use it. I will demonstrate how I used it with my AP class and how I plan to use it with my other classes in the coming days. So first, I'm going to show you my AP classwork. We were talking about world challenges, and the topic that we're on right now is poverty. And this was their due now. They needed to create a brainstorm of ideas of different contributing factors to poverty and different types of poverty as well, or words that they thought of when they thought of poverty. So they created little sticky notes right here and put them all around, and that was their brainstorm. The second part of the classwork that we did was a gallery walk. I do a lot of gallery walks in my class, and these are some of the images that I actually put up in my classroom if we were in a physical classroom. But since we're not, I put them here on this virtual whiteboard, and they had to write an immediate reaction to one or more of these images that resonated with them. And it had to be thought-provoking. It had to be something that was really meaningful, and it couldn't just be I don't like it or it makes me sad. It had to be something a little bit more than that. So that's what they did here, and as you can see, the students put their sticky notes all around. After that, we watched a video on the actual meaning of poverty and the different types of poverty and how it is displayed in Latin America. So after watching that video, that we came back to our gallery walk, and the students now use the sticky notes to categorize these images in accordance to the different types of poverty that they could represent. And they had to write why they represented that particular type of poverty and make a deeper connection with the video itself. So that's essentially what the students did, and they were very engaged. Everybody was working at the same time, and you can see their live work. And you notice there are pages to my whiteboard here. So that's another cool thing, that the students, if they weren't done with the do now part, they could be working on this part, while some students could be working on the second portion if they logged in a little bit later, or be with the rest of the class and be working on the same page that everybody else was working. In this case, some of my students had not watched the video, and some students had already watched the video prior to coming to class. So some students were working on the third part of the assignment, where some students were barely watching the video. So there is differentiated instruction and everybody working at their own pace at the same time, and I could look at their work in real time. So that was pretty cool to see. Now, for my guidance class, we have an open letter to seniors that we're going to be doing tomorrow. And one of the prompts was it says here, as you read the article, paste meaningful, interesting, or thought-provoking quotes in the Google Chat Meet. Or you can also post quotes that you disagree with. So because I had already used Jamboard, I wanted to see, hey, let's try it out with guidance. So what I did is just put snapshots of the actual article in Jamboard so they can come in here and add their sticky notes around. This is not filled out yet because guidance hasn't happened, but I'm hoping that after tomorrow, this will be very colorful with their sticky notes. And I did this with the rest of the article. And then there were, at the end, after that, the students will have to answer these 3 questions. And so what I did in my Jamboard for the students, I added the questions and areas for them to post their answers as well. And every page has a different question that they can interact with. And they don't have to work at the same page at the same time as everybody else, or on the same page as everybody else. So that is how I plan to use Jamboard with my guidance class tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. So how do you create